Wake up.
Good morning. Welcome in. I am DebbieCurrySpeaks. Good morning, Sherry. Good morning.
Wake up.
Welcome in. All right, you guys, we're going to finish yesterday. I don't know if you all joined, if any of you all that are in attendance watched the live from yesterday, but we were reading about love and respect, and we're going to continue our conversation in that area so we can sharpen each other. Good morning, Trey Trey. Good morning. And some peculiar things happened to me yesterday. So I wanna share that for a little bit. I want to share. Okay. So please hit the like button as you guys come in. Like and subscribe. But especially hit the like button. Good morning. So a couple of things happened to me yesterday that kind of like shook me and woke me up a little bit. I don't know about the rest of you guys. I got woken up yesterday. Well, I like to go over and I like to hit people likes, whether hit the like button of people, and whether I stay or not, I just go over, I come in, I say hi to everybody and to the host, and then I'll hit the like button. And then maybe if somebody else is coming on, I'll go over there, I hit the like button. Y'all kind of see me like, that's my way of showing like a little bit of support, just going over, hitting people like buttons and saying hi. But I don't stay the whole duration sometimes. Either I'm involved in something I'm doing in my personal life, or I done fell asleep or something. I don't know, I done ran an errand, or good morning, Nevada. Good morning. I love her. So, I didn't stay on a lot of people's live yesterday to stay. There was a couple of people I did. I love the conversation with Diva the Boss. I was over there chilling and stuff, and they talking about some shows and stuff. I haven't watched the shows, so I want to be involved in the conversation because I feel left out. So I'm gonna kind of binge watch on some of the shows that they talking about so I can get in on the combo, you know what I mean? Because it seemed like it's pretty interesting and I just feel like I want to be a part of it. So, and then I listened to other people live I was kind of confused on. I was a little bit confused on it. So some things I don't say, I'll be like, let me get out of here. Let me go over here. Like, so, but I haven't found out. Like a couple of weeks ago, I kind of did a setback because I was like, I came off, but I wasn't watching too many of anybody. I just came off. So when I came back on, I kind of got lost and a little bit confused on some stuff. Good morning, MJ Butterfly. Welcome in. Welcome in. And I love what you say. You say, good morning, everyone. Have a blessed and prosperous day. Will you come through with the come through? So I'm like a lot of you all. I'm a little bit like what's going on and whatever, going back and forth, trying to figure out, trying to find your tribe. Does that make sense? So I didn't really too much. I'm just kind of been observing for a little bit. You know what I mean? I really have. For a little bit, I've been kind of like observing, but I still come in and be polite. So yesterday, when my husband got off work, he said, we're going to meet up with a friend of his, which we hadn't seen in a long time. We had not seen it. My husband, they chop it up, but I haven't seen this cat in a long time, right? So we meet up with the cat at the grocery store, right? The gas station area. We chopping it up with him, and he is like blessing my husband left and right. He's blessing the both of us. He's like, he blessed my husband financially. He blessed us with an opportunity to do some upcoming things. And then he turned around and said, I seen your video. I said, what video was that? The one where you was saying to somebody how they was going talking about your husband and this and that and the other. And he said, I was like, who made her mad? Because I ain't ever seen her like this, right? I had forgot about that video, y'all. I'm not even gonna lie. I had forgot about it. It was when someone was coming after my husband and I, right? And he had spit the whole thing down. I didn't even know he had watched it. You know what I'm saying? But he was like, something different over here. What's going on? You know what I'm saying? So after we got done chopping it up and everything and talking about everything, we all had a nice convo. And we got ready to take off so we can go inside the grocery store, right? And I said, honey, he's circling the parking lot. I said, is he going into the store? So we get out, we go in, we doing our thing. And then I'm noticing like the prices in the store are skyrocketing. I don't know if I'm the only one noticing this. I'm noticing for some chicken is this much, for some this is this much, but I'm like, what the heck is going on here? You feel me? Is we gonna be put back on punishment? Is we going into lockdown? Is people trying to hurry up and purchase what they need to purchase? What's happening? I'm already looking on the news and stuff, how they talking about they found the sinkhole in Japan and trees growing underneath there, and then they talking about how they trying to bring the historic dinosaurs and all these things. They trying to bring these things back to life. I don't know if y'all know this. They mating, and then I'm seeing videos with aliens and all this stuff. I'm like, is this stuff real? Am I tripping? This is all on the news. And then I find out that over in Africa area, they found the African soldier in Africa found a cave full of nothing but gold. Apparently, it is in the trillions. It is 12 point something trillion worth of duck is guac, dinero, that Lucci, that money, that Skrilla. I was like, what? I was like, Lord, God done bless Africa to come up like this in the trillions. Yeah, they are known. They are the richest in the nations right now. I don't know if you all know this. There's a shift that took place, that changed, that I'm telling y'all, it is going down, right? Good morning, Quita. I'm looking at all of this because this stuff is baffling to me. I'm not only am I on here doing this with you guys, or I'm clocking in saying hi to people. I'm actually trying to learn history. I'm trying to figure out what's going on in the world because there's too many distractions that's happening. I don't know if y'all know this or not. We are being distracted. They're allowing us to be distracted, right? So I'm tripping. So while we in the grocery store, right? Y'all got to stick with me on this because I'm going somewhere. We in the grocery store. I'm like, honey, I was like, wow, is it just me, baby? Is it that this stuff is getting high? So we go around and we over in the vegetable area, and he sees his friend. I said, honey, that go, woo woo. And he's like, he called him by his name. And then next thing I know, I hear him say, you need some more money? And he was like, just giving him more money. I'm like, what the? He already telling us like God has really blessed him tremendously and what's going on and all this other stuff. And he's just blessing my husband left and right, right? I'm like, what is going on here? I'm tripping, right? So I'm still shopping. I'm letting the fellas do their thing, converse with one another back and forth. And I'm still shopping. I'm like, what the heck? This stuff, I don't like this store at this point. I'm going to my other store that I like because they got better deals. I don't know what's going on here. I don't like this store. I'm just going to get just a little couple of items since we in here, but I'm going to go grocery shopping tomorrow. That's what I'm thinking to myself. You feel me? Now, my husband come back over to me, and all of a sudden, I'm seeing people in the grocery store look at this particular man weird. Like they looking at him, like they judging him, like they moving away from him, like they rolling eyes and all this stuff. I'm like, why are these people looking like this? And I look at this man open up the freezer, y'all. Real talk. I kid y'all not. When I say there's something going on, there's something in the atmosphere, I'm not lying to y'all. So I look at the man, I start from the feet all the way up to the top. I noticed this man wearing some brown sandals, kind of like some sandals you'll see back up in the where the camels in the desert timing, biblical, As I come up, I'm noticing that this man is wearing a whole robe with some a thing around his waist, and it has a cross on it and everything. And I'm like tapping my husband. I'm like, honey, I think that's a monk. And my husband, he's looking, I'm looking, but I'm noticing like the people are judging him. Like they literally trying to like, why is he, you can like read their thoughts. Like, why is he dressed like that? Why is he in the store like that? Why is it? I can literally like look at the people like judging this man, right? And I'm just like, I'm intrigued. You know me, I'm intrigued. But and I said, honey, I said, get that off that aisle right there. I said, honey, I want to talk to him. And he was like, you want to? I said, honey, I want to talk to him. And so my honey comes over with me. And I'm still noticing how these people are judging this man. It's all in their face. So as we walking closer, I say to the man, I said, I'll talk to you. And he looked bright, like extra bright to me. And I was like, I'll talk to you. And he's like, good. He was like, because I like to talk to people. And I'm like, yeah, I'll talk to you. I said, I see how everybody looking, but I'm not the type of person to just be looking at somebody. I said, can you tell me why you dress like this? Because sometimes people be in a play or something that happened, they're in theater or theater arts, He said, well, I'm a monk. And I was like, really? And so I was like, okay. I said, wait a minute, God don't do anything by happenstance. Let me go ahead and I don't know if he can answer me or not, but I'm finna dip these questions in and ask him. You feel me? So he tell us his name, and he tell us he said he's on a 3-week vacation because they stay in the monastery. You know what I'm saying? So I say, well, I got some questions for you. I'm such a character. I mean, we in the grocery store. People are literally walking past, looking at us. They're really looking at him and they're judging. And I can look at him and tell that it's kind of making him feel uncomfortable, but he's used to it, so he's not uncomfortable too much by it. You know what I'm saying? And he's explaining to us that he wears these clothing every day. He's like, he's out here on a 3-week vacation with his mom, and his mom sent him up there for some kind of milk or whatever. Because to me, he just looked like he just opened up the freezer, looked in, and just like he closed the freezer. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, when I asked him, I said, I'll talk to you. And I said, I'm listening to him, and he's explaining, all kinds of stuff to me. And then I said, well, I got a question for you. And I said, look, what's going on? I said, is there, I'm asking him questions like he Jesus. I felt like he had a strong connection to, I felt like he had a very strong connection, and I'm rolling with it because God, I noticed God in my life just don't do anything just for nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm on a whole nother level right here. So I'm like, I said, what can you tell me, like, from your opinion, like, what you think is going on out here in the world? And he's like, people are getting distracted. And I started thinking about YouTube. Crazy, huh? My thoughts immediately went to YouTube. I said, honey, I told you they trying to distract us. Because I be talking to my husband about a lot of stuff, y'all. I'm not even lying. So I was like, okay, I got another question for you. We're in the middle of the grocery store. When I tell y'all, people are walking around us and they're puzzled. I don't know how to be quiet about what I feel. I'm one of those type of people. I don't know how to contain anything. If I'm happy, I'm happy. If I'm sad, I'm sad. If I'm elated, I'm elated. Whatever I'm feeling, I wear my heart on my sleeve. So I don't know how to contain anything. You know what I'm saying? If I have a question, I'm gonna ask that question. I don't want to hold it in. I don't feel like I'm grown. I don't need to do all of that. So he's explaining literally all this. I said, what you think about the what they're doing with the historic animals? He started explaining that to me. I was like, what you say? I was like, okay. I got another question for you. Like everything I'm asking, he's kicking off biblical answers at me, not just a random thought. their biblical answers he's spitting off at me. And I say, well, I got another question for you, because I did another little study. You know, I've been paying attention, and I was on the YouTube, bitch, and I had found out that there was some books missing from the Bible. I said, and one of them discussed about Mary Magdalene. She was a hoe. I ain't gonna tell you that. She was a prostitute. That what she was. And they say that that Jesus and her had they had relations, and they were married, and they had some kids. That's what it had said. But I don't see that story being foretold. I said, what can you tell me about that situation? Because the part that intrigued me the most is what I was watching was it had said that there were several books that wasn't in there. Paul had written some more books, and Peter had written some more books, and in one of them it talked about that Jesus had conveyed some information to Mary Magdalene, and the disciples was kind of a little bit upset because he told her, but he didn't tell them. And when he had left, like y'all, I be in depth with some stuff when I be on here. I don't be playing. I'm not just on here with this here. I literally be trying to learn. And I was like, so, and the disciples, a few of the disciples, that was upset because he had spit some knowledge to her that they were unaware of. So wouldn't that have made her a disciple as well? Because he was teaching the disciples, and he was telling me, he was like, yeah, well, you know what? A couple of us priests, we was talking about that, and whoop, whoop, wop, wop, and all this stuff. I say, what you say? He was literally telling me some stuff that was confirming what I had read, and then some stuff that he was like, well, that right there, that's that, some of that you might not want to, that's not that, and this and that and the other. And I was like, okay, I got you. However, I got another question. We were in the grocery store, y'all. I'm not lying. I wanted to find out, you know what I'm saying, what's going on. I said, okay. It was kind of difficult for me to get it out, because when I saw it on where I saw this at this young lady, I saw this African American lady, young lady too. She had did her history. She spit down some knowledge, and she came with some receipts, and she talked about. I said, what you think about how? Okay, this might sound weird, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. I mean, what do you think about y'all? I ain't gonna even no. That's all right. I'm gonna leave that one alone. But I asked him quite a few questions, and I said, "I'm so sorry. I don't mean to take up too much of your time," but he was really spitting some knowledge and some wisdom to me, and I took advantage of that. And I found out also I'm not the only one that believes certain things that I believe, because they be talking about it. And I didn't know that. And I had been telling my husband, trying to, spit him to this game. I said, honey, I'm not crazy, honey. I'm telling you, there's a lot of people I'm seeing that's thinking how I'm thinking. You said, wait, what did you say? You said a man probably had to switch out his milk by the time he didn't get it. He didn't get it. He said they didn't have his mom kind of milk. She drinks some kind of special milk, and he didn't get it. So I think it was for us to meet him, because things don't happen by happenstance. I said, you know what? I'm so sorry. I don't mean to take up too much of your time. He said, no. I love when people ask me questions. I was like, for real? And it just brought back to me, like, all these people were up here judging this man when they could have just got some knowledge and wisdom and got back on the right track if they, on whatever they had going on. Instead of judging him, they should have just talked to him like I did, with no fear, right? That's what I'm thinking to myself as I'm looking at him, and I'm as the way the beard was like everything was just, I was just like looking like, man, this is one of the things I said in my mind. I was like, that takes a lot of guts in this day and age to walk around to just be how you are. And I'm thinking this in my mind. And what comes out of his mouth, he says, and I hadn't even said what I wanted to say yet. He said, I just be me. And I just love God unconditionally. I love God without a doubt. Like he didn't say it in those words. I'm using my slang because he's me. You know what I'm saying? But he was just like saying like, I love God with like my everything. And I was like, yeah, as far as a monk, I say, you guys have to give up everything, right? And he was like, yeah. I said, even if somebody give you riches or whatever, you literally give that up. They don't keep anything. Nothing. The monks do not keep anything at all. I don't care if people gave them a car lot full of nothing but brand new cars. They have to give that away. That's how the monks live. They give away everything, and they don't worry about anything, and they believe God provides for them, and God does. I mean, when I tell you, it doesn't matter what someone gives them, they give it away. So I was in my mind like, man, I commend this person. Like, this is something special, because not anybody just gonna walk around like this. When especially when you got people looking at you and judging you like that, how they were judging him. What'd you say? You said, sound like the agape love we talked about already. Yes. It was that. I'm not even kidding. I witnessed that yesterday, and I was tripping. I was like, I had no judgment in my mind. I just had like, wow. I was in awe. I was in awe that God allowed me to see this person, especially in this day and age. Everybody worry about what they gonna wear, how they gonna do this, what type of material stuff, what this, what that, and all this other nonsense that don't even matter. This person is happy just being how he is. And I was like, wow. In my whole head, I was like, what? He said, can I give you something? I said, sure. What is that? He said, I want to give you a coin. I said, really? I was like, oh, I was like, wow, okay. And I said, well, you can give it to my husband. He said, no, this is what he said. He said, I want to give you a coin. I don't have that many. And I said, well, you could just give it to my husband. And he pulled it out. He was really trying to give it to me. And I said, you can give it to my husband. And he gave it to my husband. He said, wait a minute, I got another one. He pulled out a little tiny sack. You know when you watch the movies back up in these times when they have the little silver and coins type things, silver, and they had the little sack, you pull the string on. It was just a little tiny little white sack. And he gave my husband a coin, and then he turned around and gave me one. And I was like, thank you. I was like, and it was like writing on it. And I was like, what does this mean? And he gave information. And good morning, Angela. Good morning. Welcome in. And I was like, we're gonna research this at home. He said, I gave it to just to tell you, I gave it to a young man, and his back hurt. And when I gave him the coin, and I seen him again, I said, how's your back? And he said, my back is healed. And I was like, what'd you say? I was shocked, y'all. I was literally at awe. I mean, yeah, exactly, Quita. With the drawstring, yeah, it was just a little tiny little white patch that he pulled from his from the chain that was going around him with a just it was just I was at awe. Like I was like, thank you for answering, my questions. I really appreciate that. Like I was really like, y'all, I told y'all I'm a nerd. Don't let the swag fool you. And I wear my heart on my sleeve, right? So after that, I felt like I was like, honey, what you think about that? He was like, that was cool. And we both standing there, and I was like, everything he was telling me. I said, honey, see, I told you. I was like, look, I told you. I didn't even go into details. Like I just asked him the question, and he just repeated what I was telling my husband. I just kept tapping my husband, like, see, look, honey, see, look, I told you, look. So I was tripping, y'all. I ain't even lying. This is a true story. Like some amazing things be happening to me. I'm not lying. I got friends that some of them are pastors, ministers, apostles, prophets, because I used to be in the ministry, like literally be in the ministry. And just the other day, a friend of mine, I call her Mama Audrey, and she's actually a prophet, to be truthfully honest with you. I got a lot of spiritual friends that believe in the gifts. See, God gave all of us gifts and talents. God did that. And God gave a lot of people back up in the day, and they believed in the gifts and talents that they had. But nowadays, people don't even know they have gifts and talents, and people don't even believe that they have gifts and talents. They use their discerning spirit, and it can take you a little further. But people want to believe, like, they want to be like, oh, there's no such thing as this and that. And they almost make you believe that there's no such thing as it, but there is something special about you. There is something peculiar about you. You're different. You stand out. It's a different thing. And the only time Mama Audrey calls me, the only time Mama Audrey reach out to me is when God didn't drop something in her spirit on my behalf. You feel me? I kid you not. So, like years before meeting my husband, Mama Audrey told me that my husband was around me. You said, what'd you say, Angela? You said you are highly favored by God. Oh, thank you. I'm just the ordinary nerd, though. I'm just the ordinary nerd. That's all I am. So Mama Audrey told me, like years before meeting my husband, I believe it was like in 2005. Was it 2000? I think it was 2015, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if it was anywhere between 2013 and 2015. Mama Audrey just came up to me one day and she said, I don't remember when it was. I don't remember what year it was. But I know it was after my divorce. And Mama Audrey said, your husband is around you. I said, really? Where he at? Who is he? Because I used to dream about my husband, y'all. I ain't even lying. I used to dream about this man with face, everything. And in my dream, he used to do this special little head tilt. And my husband do this little head tilt to me. And when I first met him, he used to always do this little head tilt. Like I usually used to dream about my husband well before I met him. I was like, where is he? Who is he? So I started looking at people that were around me. I'm thinking that one of them is my future husband because they around me, right? But then when I started looking at him, I was like, oh, that cannot be my husband. I don't think that's him. Like, I was tripping off of everybody. I was like, no, I don't think you him. I don't think you him. Like, wait wait, hold up, wait. Is it you definitely not him. Like I was tripping on those type of levels, y'all. I'm not even. I started looking at the people around me. I'm like, Mama Audrey. I like, remember when you told me that my husband was around me? I don't think that is any of these people. I was tripping. She said, "Yeah, he's very close. He's very close by you." I'm like, "Well, who is he? Can you give me like a little bit more hint to something like who is this man?" Well, apparently, y'all, apparently, and then she came back and she said this to me. Like she literally, like out the blue, would like come to me. She said, I just want to tell you that your husband is no longer around you, but he'll be back. He'll be back. I say, what? What do you mean? What do you mean? Like, and then I found out that talking with my husband, he, like I say, my husband is a military brat. He grew up in Guam. He was raised in Detroit. Mom was in the military, and then him being a military brat, he grew up in Guam, and then they came back here. But when he came back here, he actually got into a relationship with someone. So that was him not being around me. He's now interested in someone else. And the whole timing thing, when me and my husband got together, it all panned out. She said, but he'll be back. I was like, okay. And then, you know, all this stuff happened to me, and I had to do some growing pains and was in, you know, all this other stuff I was in. I was like, hey. So I have some pretty amazing people around me. When I say I have some prayer warriors around me, when I put out a call to family and friends on Facebook to start praying, I have some great people. So when I started talking to the monk, it didn't surprise me that I was able to talk to him and walk up to him without a judgment. I've never been a judgmental type of person like that. I told you all yesterday, when I meet people, I put you on the pedestal. I do that. I already put you on the pedestal. I put everybody on. I don't care if you wash cars, dump trash, a CEO, business, entrepreneur. I don't care what you is. Everybody going on the same pedestal. But if you knock yourself off, that's what you did. So I was like pretty shocked and amazed. And then the monk said to me that we have to detox ourselves from certain things. You had to detox. And I was like, well, it correlated with what we were talking about. And I kept thinking about YouTube and the people on here and the things that's going on. I couldn't get YouTube off my mind. So I was like, I'm gonna take that in consideration. So we all leave. We get ready. We done talking with him, and we go outside, and my husband's friend's still out there. So he comes up to me, and he's like, with the opportunity, he's like, Debbie, can't you do whoop whoop wop wop and such blah 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 and all that jazz? And I was like, pretty much, yeah, I can get down with the get down, you know. And he was like, and he already given my husband an opportunity. You said, let's see, what'd you say? You said, me too, covered by a strong praying circle. Yes, Queenie, you know what I'm talking about. Yes. Yes. So when God bless you with those type of people, you know what I mean. They when they're around you, they just don't leave you. You know what I'm saying? So yes, Queenie, you can relate with me. So we're talking, my husband's tired by this time. It's getting pretty late. So we come home and we get ready for bed, and I click on a YouTube and I see one of the beautiful spirited people on YouTube, and she's going on. I've never known her. Well, I don't know everybody I don't know everybody personally, but I know by this person, I've never seen this person go off like this. So my heart was like, who upset her like this? What happened? I had questions. I was like, what's going on? Like, I wasn't getting it. Like I told y'all when I took my little tiny break, I came back on. I got kind of confused with everything, and I'm trying to decipher people and trying to figure out what's going on, and but I'm still liking everybody's stuff. You know what I'm saying? Stepping in, saying hi to everybody, and trying to be cordial, whatever. But I'm still got my eyes and my ears open, and then I'm seeing different people, that normally that used to be, comrades or whatever, and they're separating, and I'm seeing this, and I'm trying to figure out where everybody at, and I'm seeing a lot of people over here, a lot of people over there, and I'm trying to keep up with what's going on. Which way am I supposed to go? Because I'm confused. I'm finding a little laughter in things, and I'm like, and I'm liking people laughter, because when people, when certain people laugh, they got a contagious laugh. You laughing right along with them, and I'm just like, something don't feel right. I don't understand what's going on. And then I start, like I've really just been watching, paying attention, but being, nice to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Hitting the like button or whatever, because people being nice to me. Y'all, we don't have to be nice to each other. You choose to be that way, and I choose to be that way, because this is who we are, our core of who we are. You know what I mean? The core of who we are will always stand, and real recognize real, and good people recognize good people. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when we all see each other, wherever chat we on, we don't care if we see each other on different people chats 3,000 times a day. We're still saying hi to everybody. One chat, go to somebody else's chat, and we still saying hi like we met them like we seen them for the first time. But it's just to me, that feels nice. That feels nice. You know what I mean? It feels nice. I like it. You know what I'm saying? Like I told y'all, I'm a nerd. The person who I'm talking about is Beautifully Healed. I love her name, Beautifully Healed. I love the way she just, she's very inspirational and uplifting, and I like her. There's certain people in here I just like. I could dig. You know what I'm saying? Like Dr. Better. I like her. I like all you all that are in attendance right here. When I see your names pop up, there's like a warmth and a joy that come over my heart. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I'm a nerd, y'all. Don't do me. Just let me be me. You know what I'm saying? I just feel real good about it. And I was like, what happened? What's going on? I don't understand. And I know this is not her. So I know she's upset about something. You know what I mean? Because, organic people, you know what I'm saying? When we tend to get upset and we let loose, see, people take advantage of that because we don't go wilding out. You know what I'm saying? Some people take advantage of people that don't wild out. You know what I'm saying? And they think that person is weak. Take people that that love the Lord. You know what I'm saying? So they think like because they love the Lord, they won't flip out. No, we pray not to go off on you, not to get you how we want to get you. You better let us continue praying. Let us. We all human in this piece. You feel what I'm saying? So I didn't get a chance to watch all of it. You know what I'm saying? And then I had noticed that me by me trying to keep up with everything, I'm missing going on other people's pages that I normally go on. So the other day I went on to Chase's page. I've been on different people's pages, but I was like, dang, I forgot to go over to Chase's page. You know what I'm saying? Let me go over here and say hi. I stepped in, I say hi, you know what I'm saying? And I'm looking at the individuals that are over there. I'm like, dang, these are some of the good people I like. I like these people. Wait a minute, where y'all been? I ain't been seeing y'all. Wait, hold on. What's happening? You said, what'd you say? You said, when you highly favored by God, people can see it. I saw it in you. Oh, I'm sensitive, Angela. I'm very sensitive. You said, let me read this again. You said, when you highly favored by God, people can see it. I saw it in you. That's why I love it over here. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. That's awesome. See, don't make me cry because I am sensitive. You better go start making fun of me. Come on now, don't do it. Look, oh, look, see, look. Oh, what are y'all doing to me? Thank you. Don't make me cry. Don't make me cry because I'm sensitive. Oh, what are y'all doing to me? Don't make me cry, y'all. I'm sensitive. I really am. I keep telling y'all, I'm a nerd. I'm a nerd. You said, what did you say? You're right. You're right. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I greatly appreciate that. But see, now I gotta say, I'm up here having tea in my halls, and now I'm about to have some tears. Don't do me, y'all. Come on, don't do me. So, no, thank you guys very much. I appreciate that. And so, when I saw Beautifully Healed, going off, it really tugged at my heart because I know this is not her character. Her character is very beautiful. You know what I'm saying? And she's a beautiful person from what I see. And I was like, wait a minute. I haven't, and then when I went over there, I saw Peaches. I saw a lot of people. Okay, wait, hold up. Debbie, what have you been doing? What are you doing? I think you need to, look, the monk done told you what the monk done told you. The monk spoke to you. God spoke through God to you. So the monk gave you some, listen, Debbie, you need to get this together and figure it out because the monk spoke to you. You feel me? I was like, wait a minute. Let me, I said, I was waking my husband up because by this time he was asleep, I was nudging him. Honey. I was like, honey, you sleep? Like, let me tell y'all how much of a nerd I am. My husband could be knocked out. I will literally go over to my husband and open up one eye and be like, honey, are you asleep? I'm such a nerd. He was knocked out. And I was like, honey, can I ask you a question? Like, I said, what do you think about today? I said, check it out. I said, honey, you saw your friend today, which you haven't seen in a long time. And he's telling you how blessed, tremendously blessed God is blessing him. And he gave to us. Like he literally financially blessed us today. And then we go into the grocery store And then he blessed us again in the grocery store. And then we see a monk. And the monk blesses us by the conversation. And then I'm watching a young lady that something ain't right over here. So as I'm watching her, Chase is on. I go over to Chase. I just hit the like button and I say, hey Chase, and I say, hey everyone. And I didn't get a chance to hear nothing because next thing you know, I was knocked out. I was asleep. I was gone. I had put on. I had put on. I dozed off, went to sleep, and I was like, oh snaps. Okay, I don't know what happened here, but y'all, because I spray the bed with lavender. So once you smell the lavender, y'all know it's lights out. We gone. It's out. Lavender. It's just lavender. Lavender. So I was out, and I was like, yeah, Debbie, you got to get this thing together. You do. So, yeah, I had to take a look at myself, y'all. So, y'all forgive me if some pages I don't go on because I have to listen to the monk. I said I need to detox because you can get distracted on some stuff. So I'm just gonna fall. I'm gonna try. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be difficult because I've been in. Listen. It's gonna be a little bit difficult for me to get over to maneuver around because I gotta go through a detox. I listened to the monk. I did. Yeah, he was telling me some great things, and I like that. The veteran said, "You better let the Holy Spirit lead you." Yeah, and I think it's gonna be good for my spirit. It's just gonna. It's gonna be kind of hard. I ain't gonna even lie, because I'm so used to just hitting the like button and saying hi to everybody, and it's kind of like my way of encouraging you know what I'm saying. So it's gonna be a little bit difficult for me. So as I go through this transition, just y'all charge it to my head and not my heart. I ain't trying to I can't fill up my spirit with a lot of stuff that I can't hear what's going on. I have to hear and be in tune with the things that God has for me and want me to do, and I can't do that if I'm studying toxing my own self up. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that makes sense to anybody. And then when I was over, I went over to Diva the Boss. Man, listen, I had MJ Butterfly. You say, I pray your strength, and the Lord says, thank you. I'ma still be here. Don't count me out. I'ma still be right here. I'm just not gonna be toxified with a lot of things that I know that I shouldn't be even allowed in listening, or I should be, you know what I'm saying? I listen. You see, you know what I'm saying? I gotta do a little better for me, because when I first came on here, I was like, wait a minute, I gotta put some things down here from my lineage. That was my focus, for my lineage. You know what I'm saying? So they could see, you know what I'm saying? So they could hear from me whenever I'm gone. They could fall back and be like, this granny right here and such, and granny's still teaching us, I got to still be on that level to, so they could get some goodness from me. And they can learn from me right now that sometimes, you know what, even granny made a mistake. Granny made a mistake. You know what I'm saying? I made a mistake. And I'm trying to get back on the right track. Funny how that is, because when I was in the studio, I was signed with this label company, and I was supposed to be reading my book. We're gonna get to that in a minute. but I was literally signed with this label company, and I was in there making some nice. You said, "Amen." Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. I was signed to this label company, and I was in there, y'all. We was cutting up. We was cutting up so bad in the studio that they had other people they had signed with, but they told them not to talk to me. And these are my friends. Like, these are, brothers and sisters that I know. Like, why would you tell them that? You know what I'm saying? And then they said because I was the money person at that time, I was really utilizing my vocals at that time, really utilizing my vocals. So my vocals, they were hot. You know what I'm saying? They had got me a trainer, and I would train with the trainer, and they had took me, and they changed my clothing appearance and all this stuff. Like, they had a fashion person for me. They had me signed all the way up to go to the Stella Awards to be in the audience. But at that time, I had already covered the Stella Awards in person in Texas at what is it, the Grand Ole Opry. I was there, and I was my life entails a lot. I wasn't no big person like that. I was just a little small fry in the big world. That God give you brothers and sisters in high places, and I was able to meet one of the brothers that took me underneath his wing to show me how to do certain things within the industry. I was never paid in the industry. I was never none of that. So I wasn't no big, huge person like that. That wasn't me. I was just trying to find my little way. But God gave me big friends, you know what I'm saying? So and my music was called Right Track. Like, I was literally signed, ready to go, and the producer slipped up because he started treating me a certain type of way that I seen him treat other people, and I wasn't tolerating that. So I cut the deal short. You're not going to disrespect me like that. And the producer at the time, he used to be a police officer back in, I guess, New York or Jersey or somewhere like that. And he had some tight beats, man, y'all. When I tell y'all the songs were banging, they were off the charts to me. They were banging. I was really finna be on the come up of that, but I didn't like the way he was treating the people. And then I felt like he was trying to slip me into that, and I was like, this ain't working. I'm not selling my soul for nobody. You know what I'm saying? I'm not selling my soul. So and that's just me speaking figuratively speaking. I just didn't feel right. Something in my spirit didn't feel right, so I got away from that. So I took a look at yesterday, and yeah, just watching, like, yeah, beautifully healed express what she was expressing, her truth, and I was like, it tugged at my heart. It was sad, and I don't know everything that happened. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I was like, I didn't need to see no more. It's just certain people that you come across here, and when they say certain things, you can just take their word for it. You know what I mean? I don't know if anybody can understand where I'm coming from with that. And I heard her. It was like for those that drink, it was, to me, it was like, or for those that run a race, or for those that run a race, you hear that gunshot, pow, and you hear that gunshot, and you take off and start running the race. You know what I'm saying? It was loud, and it was last call. For those that this is the last call. And I was like, woo, okay, let me, you know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, because I like her. She is one of the ones I like. I dig her. That's on some real stuff. Just watching her content and just seeing who she is, and her spirit. My spirit can relate to her spirit. So yeah, I was like, yeah. So that's how I feel about that there. But yeah, so y'all bear with me, you know what I'm saying? And forgive anything even if I went in a direction that was not what you all thought, y'all, just charge it to my head, not my heart. And yeah. I mean, I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything, but I'm just saying, when I went over to the other page, I was like, these are where some of the other beautiful people are. Like, I was like, oh my, I was seeing the names. I was like, oh my God, I ain't seen this person. And So I want to thank Beautiful Hill for even speaking and saying the little things that she said. Like, because I watched her, and I'm talking about another live that she had did that touched my heart. Like, not that, it was another one she did that touched my heart. Yeah. Well, let's get back to what we on. I just thought I'd share that. Like, that was my day yesterday, and it was peculiar to me. It was very, very a peculiar day to me yesterday. Like, my husband and I got a coin. We got a coin apiece, and we looked it up, and we gonna keep the little coins. And yeah, like, yesterday was awesome. Y'all pay attention to y'all days and see how y'all days go. See how it end up. See what happens. All right. You said, what'd you say? You say, Debbie, do what you do. Keep coming in, speaking and moving. All right. And real, because I like to talk. You know I like to talk. You of all people know I like to keep speaking. You get me. You are one of the ones that truly gets me. Yesterday I was on here, y'all. I could not believe that I was on here for like 4 hours. Like, I was like, what in the who's what? Okay, wow. I was like, this is crazy. Yeah, y'all know I can talk. So please like and subscribe, you guys. We're about to get back into what we were on yesterday, which is so great. Ooh, let me catch back up with this. Okay. All right, let's catch back up. You said, all right. Now, what we talked about yesterday, this is what we on. We on Love and Respect, you guys. This is a book that I had read before I had gotten married, because I wanted to do things a little different in my future relationship. So I wanted to invest in me a little bit, and that's what I did. I invested in me. And this book is not just for married people, because I wasn't married at the time. I wasn't married at the time when I found out about this book, Love and Respect, okay? I just didn't want to go about it the same way that I normally go about my relationships. This can also be used for single people that are looking to be in a relationship, desiring to be in a relationship, or just for your personal growth. This is also for people that are not married, but in a relationship, living together or whatever it is you guys got going on. This is something that you guys might also want to pick up as well. It helps you. It gives you a different outlook on things to where it can advance you in your growth, in your relationships, and how you can perceive things and not perceive things and look at things. It's really, really cool. Yesterday we got a little further on it, and it was very well. So today we're going to read about why she won't respect and why he won't love. Okay. Okay. Learning to decipher your spouse's code. And also this is for the feminine and the masculine, because different relationships nowadays, y'all. Let's be transparent. Okay. There are a lot of different relationships today that we need to be able to help everybody. Over here, this is what we do. We iron sharpen iron. And I'm glad that I got a lot of interesting people over here to like help me to do so. You know what I'm saying? They really help me when I fall back, when I fall short, they sharpen me. If we just do it to each other. So this is what we're doing. Learning to decipher your spouse's code isn't always done in a day, a month, or even a year. Listen to this husband who came to me for counseling because he sincerely was trying to love his wife. He writes, thanks for all, hold on. He writes, thanks for all your suggestions and support, but I remain perplexed at the basin that exists between my perception and reality. When I began this endeavor, I had hope, but low self-expectations. And I was happy to see how quick and positive the effect of loving behaviors are. It was not difficult to bite my tongue and not fight back. When I prepared myself for it, I think that while I felt apologetic, I can easily be humble and pretty much take anything that comes my way. The difficulty began when I began to see things return to normal. When I let my guard down, I begin to talk and share, and it turns out that underneath things are very volatile and sensitive. When things started to go bad last week, it happened extremely fast. And I was surprised to hear how all the same issues remain at the same raw and grim level. Y'all know when, wow, thank you, Devetta. What'd you say? Thank you so much. I appreciate you for the super sticker. Thank you. Thank you very much. That is awesome. Thank you. Listen, you guys ever been in a disagreement with your love? And every time you get into a disagreement with your love, it seemed like the same argument it occurred. It could be a new argument, a disagreement that you guys are in, but added to that would be pulled up the old things that you all used to argue about because it's a cycle, because those things never got resolved. So you can have resentment towards your love because of unresolved issues. And sometimes when we argue, we think we're arguing about that one thing, but it's not really that one thing. It's all the unresolved issues that keep us bantering back and forth at each other that we never seem to work out. And that's what we go through sometimes. So that can make a simple argument so volatile and so get out of hand because we never really got a conclusion to what we were arguing about in prior arguments. They're just added on arguments that continue to happen time after time. I don't know if you all, if I'm the only one that has ever happened to, because I can be one of those people that continue to bring up until the problem is solved. Like remember back in 2001 when you had said what you had said when you had said it, and then it had hurt me when you said it. And then they sitting there like, I don't, what did I say? And a lot of us fall prey to that. We collect stuff that we don't even that we don't let go, and we need to let some of the things go. So I hate hearing that I am her enemy. It is painful to hear her ask, why do you want to crush my spirit? It is extremely difficult to not explode in despair when I hear her say that she doesn't believe that I love her or that I will never change. or that she made a mistake and I am not the man she thought I was. It sure makes it seem that the road is long and possibly fruitless. Amidst getting angry and blaming her and the gambit of contorting emotions, I can't even say the word, so I'm gonna skip it. I hear you saying that it is rarely the content, but rather the matter of delivery that causes problem, and I cringe at my inability to communicate effectively. Things have gotten so gruesomely out of shape, and I feel shame that I've been blind and let them get so bad. I also feel a little overwhelming that all this effort and tolerance will only get us to some point of mediocrity. And that at the slightest, what is this? I got to sound this word out. Hold on. I don't know. At the slightest, I'm going to say disturbance because that's what it means. At the slightest disturbance, everything will everything will come trembling down again. That means like when you get into your relationship, it seems like everything you thought that was over with it's not. You keep bringing up the same thing. Why you keep bringing up the same thing? Because that person is hurting. When you get into an argument and you don't solidify that person's emotions or that person's feelings as to what they're going through, it doesn't go anywhere. It stays dormant because it's not answered. So when you don't answer something, it still bothers the person. Even though you done got over it and you done went on about what you did, how you did it, you still didn't allow that person to get it out with you. If you guys are going to learn to communicate, if we're going to communicate, then we have to be able to listen to one another and receive what the person is saying. Because sometimes, as we learned yesterday, people can have certain glasses on that we are not looking in those shades of in the shades of glasses in which they're looking at. We have feelings. Each one of us have feelings, and it may be differently and interpret differently to where you cannot understand it. So we have to literally listen to what's going on. The other time we talked about the love languages. Some people love language is communication, and some people love language it's not. So we have to really listen and be intuitive of what each other is saying to each other and comprehend. Sometimes you have to ask, do you understand what I'm saying? And if you do not understand, say no. I don't understand what you're saying. Can you help me understand what you're saying? Can you break it down to me so I can get a better understanding? I want to know how you feel. I don't want you to hurt. I don't want me to hurt. I don't want us to hurt. How can we better this? Sometimes you may have to say, can you repeat what I just said? That way, I know that you understand what I'm saying. You know? Now, few men can, articulate the male struggle as well as this man does. His wife is crying out for love, but she isn't helping at all because of her contempt. Why do some women feel so free to make comments like, "You're not the man I thought you were," to their husbands and expect them to remain unaffected? How do wives expect husbands to respond with love to this kind of baggage? At the same time, how do men get themselves in such a pickle by being so blind in the first place? Unconditional respect, an oxymoron. When I talk to wives, they have no trouble grasping the concept of unconditional love. And remember, we're talking about the feminine and the masculine, okay? whatever part you play in your relationship. After all, they are wired that way. But when I mention showing unconditional respect for husbands, it's a much harder sell. Few seem to have considered 1 Peter 3, 1 and 2. The Apostle Peter reveals that husbands who are disobedient towards the word, meaning they are undeserving of respect, may be won by respectful behavior. A simple application is that a wife is to display respect, facial expressions, and tone when he fails to be the man she wants. She can give her husband unconditional respect in a tone that expressed while confronting his unloving behavior and without endorsing his unloving reaction. He may deserve contempt, but that doesn't win him any more than harshness and anger wins the heart of a woman. Okay, I'm trying. Oh, okay. Okay. What was I at? Interestingly, at first, men don't grasp the idea of unconditional respect either. Wives and husbands believes respect ought to be earned. Why do we feel that way in our relationship? Somebody mess up, well, you know what? In order for us to get back on the right track, then you need to earn this respect. You need to earn this love. Why do we do that? The wife feels her husband doesn't deserve respect. The husband wants to earn respect, but he doesn't feel he deserves that kind of disrespect he's getting from his wife. To suggest that respect for men should be unconditional gets some wives upset. Repeatedly, I hear comments like these from wives. How can I show respect to him when he comes across so unlovingly? He doesn't deserve respect. He has hurt me. I love him, but I get so frustrated and angry and I don't want to respect him. Love is what matters. If he loved me, if he loved me as I need to be loved, maybe I would have stronger feelings of respect. Yes, I have things to deal with. But the major problem is with him, and he needs to change. The truth is, I'm so sorry, you guys. The truth is, he needs to love and respect me far better than he does. Time and again, I've had women tell me they've never heard the two words unconditional respect, but together in the content of a relationship, for them, it is literally an oxymoron, a term created by putting together two words that appear to be in conjunction or contradiction. Sometimes, listen, in our relationship, as long as we are in a relationship every single day, there is time for us to grow, to be better, and to learn. And if we're in our relationship and we don't grow to be better or to learn, then you have to ask yourself, why are you in that relationship? You need to be able to be receiving something from one another. You need to be able to learn from one another. This is what bothers me. When you have a husband or your mate or your love or your wife, and they treat another person better than how they treat you. They'll go all out for the other person, but how they treat you, it's like you pulling teeth out of their mouths. Why is that? Why do we do that to one another? Something adds. A licensed counselor who used my material and became a thorough believer in the power of love and respect message wrote to say, just yesterday, I talked to two new female clients who were wanting to save their marriage that were barely alive. I asked them if they loved their husbands. Without hesitation, I got nothing but hesitation. Wait a minute, I'm sorry. I asked them if they loved their husband. Without hesitation, they said yes. And then I asked if they respect their husbands. I got nothing but hesitation. They sputtered like an old car needing a tune-up. One of them admitted that she was quite the reader, but she had never heard anything like this before. She asked me how she was supposed to respect her husband unconditionally. I told her in the same way that he was supposed to love her unconditionally. It's only with God's help. She smiled. Note that these two wives had no problem with the concept of unconditional love. Women never think of that of an oxymoron. To them, the words unconditional love aren't contradiction at all. And when they don't receive love from their husbands, they let them know it. Women are much more expressive, responsive than men, who tend to wait, hold on, I always get it sometimes. What is it? What is it? Dang it. Compartmentalize. How do you say this word? I always have a problem with this word. Yeah. Anyway, they like to put it in a section. How do you say this word? This is going to bother me. Compartmentalize. Y'all know what I'm saying. Yeah, don't do me. Their emotions. They like to put their emotions in certain compartments. You know what I'm trying to say? Certain compartments they put their emotions in, so they're not able to feel a lot of things. Because as we were growing up, you have a little girl, and the little girl would cry, but the little boy was taught not to cry. Dang it, it's in my head. I can't say the word. I can't say the word. But they put it in different compartments so that they don't have to feel it emotionally as we do. We feel we expressive how we are. Y'all know how we are. We talk a lot, we express, we don't have a problem crying. That's not you. If you see a grown man crying every single time something hurt him, people will talk about him. You know what I'm saying? That word keep playing in my head. I'm gonna get somebody to just say it to me in my face. And yeah. To put it simply, women are much more apt to show how they feel while men shut down. Men don't know how to deal with the fact that they aren't respected. And they can't put a voice to their feelings. The husband thinks, well, if that's the way she feels, there's nothing I can do. If I have to earn her respect and I'm that bad as a person, then I guess I'll just forget it. When the wife flatly says her husband will have to earn her respect before she gives him any, she leaves the husband in a lost situation. Now he's responsible for both love and respect in relationship. He must unconditionally love his wife, and he always must earn her respect. Is it any wonder he shuts down in the face of it all? Let me have some tea really quick. So, y'all, we have to do better. We do. And that goes for all of us so that we're not just putting the burden on one person and we're light-handed with what's on us. That's not fair in a relationship. Relationship is give and take, it's push and pull, it's overcoming together. One can't overcome more than the other one because you're in this together. So you have to come up together. You have to allow mistakes to be made. And even though we don't want to, we have to allow each other to make the mistakes to be greater, but we also have to be in it to win it. So if you're going to be in it, why not win it together? It all goes back to pink and blue. Respect for husbands is an unfamiliar idea to many wives, but there certainly are reasons for their attitude. Part of it goes back to those pink and blue sunglasses and hearing aids. As one wife put it, we think so differently, I don't even relate to what he considers respect or lack of. That's why we have to ask each other questions to be able to comprehend everything. If you don't understand, say you don't understand. If you need further understanding, ask for it. Don't just sit there and be like, okay, I got it, and you really don't have it. That's not even fair. And when the question is asked to repeat or explain, you should not get upset to repeat or explain what you're saying if you want to have an understanding. Or if you want to be understood. Another obvious reason for the respect gap in women is the cruel and unloving behavior of their husband. I am well aware that many of wives have good reasons to get in her husband's face. I have heard it all more than a quarter of a century. But that's not the total picture. There is always a cultural mindset. For the past 40 years, the American church has preached unconditional love. I preached it for many years in my own church, as I have remained clueless about the importance of unconditional respect. During those years, I was continually frustrated as a male counselor, and so were the women who came seeking my advice. Why couldn't husbands love their wives as their wives needed to be loved? It wasn't that they lacked the knowledge. They showed plenty of that back in courtship days. That's a thing that we do. When we meet somebody, we send out our representative, right? They're the ones that's supposed to go before us and let it be known that we have not a spot or blemish. But we do. And then when we meet that right person, the courting begins. Because you meet several people, you're out there, you're represented out there, then you narrow it down to 3 people. And then you narrow it down to 2 people. And then the hardest choice is to pick between these 2 people because these 2 both have similarities and things that you admire about the both of them and the thing that you want in one person. You literally want to bottle these 2 people up and make one human being. That's not the case. So you're going to lack something thereof out of one than you do out of the other. You're going to lack there's some of out of that one than you do out of the other. So you have to narrow it down to 1. So when you narrow it down to that 1, the courtship can begin. That means that you start going all out ham. Now, if you don't have anyone else that you didn't pick have to pick through, and you just have that one. The courtship starts off in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? It's all about the beginning. The beginning is the foundation of your relationship, that when your relationship is in trouble, you can always fall back on that and relate and correlate it to what you have going on today, and it will bring back certain passion and memories of love that you had, that you desire, and you replay it, and then it puts you right back on the right track. You have to have a foundation. That's why a lot of people hope that their foundation start off good, that there is no one else involved, that it's just you two, and it's everything good. And the things that happening now are just mistakes and learning lessons that you can learn from and go through. Because remember, if God can bring you to it, God can bring you through it, and God can bring you past it. So when you go back to the fundamentals of your foundation, of the core of who you were, remember that throughout your relationship, because you're going to have something to fall back on. You know, you understand what I'm saying? Because sometimes we forget and we fall out of love. And then when we fall out of love and we let go of the relationship, and then when we get by ourselves, we think about it. Oh my God, I remember I used to do this in my relationship. Why didn't I? This probably could have helped us. Well, it's too late now. So you had to remember a lot of those things so that you would be okay in your relationship. Please hit the like button. Now, where was I at? Then I realized that I'm stressing unconditional love. I was teaching the truth, but only half the truth. Paul advised in Ephesians 5:25 and 28 sounds, husband, love your wives as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for it. Husbands are to love their wives as their own bodies. That means listen. Wait, let me read the last of this. He who loves his wife loves himself. Now, as an individual person, we're going to go all out for ourselves, right? We're going to go all out for ourselves. Make sure we're straight. Make sure we have the things that we need, that we want, and a lot of things that we desire. We do that for us. So when we get into a relationship with somebody, you have to be mindful, especially masculine husbands. You have to be able to love your person how you love yourself. Because that's going to show. Listen, when you're single, a lot of times when people see you and you're single and you're happy and you're jovial and you're excited about life, that's the thing that people fall in love with about you. That's what they want to see. They want to be a part of that. They want to know, how can I get that? How can I have that in my life? I want that. Even a lot of people, haters, see you happy and joyful, and they want that from you too. They want that. You have to be able to love your spouse, your person, your love. You have to be able to love them like you love yourself, because you're going to take care of you. So if you're going to take care of you, you're going to take care of your love. But all of the emphasis on unconditional love hadn't motivated or equipped many men to be loving, at least not as loving as their wives should like. What was missing was the very short phrase, the wife must respect her husband. Ephesians 5:33. Y'all know us, because we listen. We will probably cuss people up and back and up and down, back and forth, through the roof, everything. Y'all know we would do such things. But we have to love, respect who we're with, respect their advice, Respect the fact that they can take care of you. Respect the fact that they're going to love you. Respect the fact that they're not going to allow anything to happen to you at all whatsoever. At least they would try their best underneath their watch. As I changed my message to include the whole truth, love, and respect, I got interesting reactions. In one case, I spoke twice to a group of 200 women on the topic of respecting their husband. I made myself available for a third talk, but the leadership of the group declined. Instead, they asked a female friend of mine to address the topic, how to love your husband. My friend had heard me speak, and she dropped me a note that was your point, how to love your husband. She could not believe how this group of women had missed it. The way to fully have a husband is to respect the way that are meaningful to him. Can you all hear me? If you can, please let me know. I'm going to read that part again. The way to fully love a husband is to respect him in ways that are meaningful to him. Do you all know what is meaningful to your husband? Do you all have any clue? And if you don't, it's because we haven't asked each other. We haven't talked. Let me know if I disrespect you. Let me know what is disrespectful to you. But you can't use that for every single thing, every time y'all get into an argument. And be like, this is you can't use that as an excuse all the time. You have to get it as well. It's a task, but it's doable. I survived being fired by that group of women and went on to spread the message of unconditional respect everywhere I could. And many wives are getting that message, including one who reported, I have led several studies, and being a godly wife, I have read and hopefully studied lots of biblical marriages resources. But I knew something was still missing even in my own relationship. I could not figure out why my husband was staying somewhat aggressive with me, and I was definitely not receiving the love and affection that I so desired. Now I realize that I have been showing him disrespect without ever dreaming that I was being, I'm sorry. Let me read that again. Now I realize that I have been showing him disrespect without ever dreaming that was what was being communicated. I tried respect. I was amazed at the results. My husband is definitely not a sweet talker. He is an outdoorsman who hunts all over the world. That's our business anyway. I thought this feel kind of silly, but I said to him, honey, I couldn't sleep very well last night. So I spent a lot of time thinking of all the things I respect about you, which was true. He did not respond, but I felt a softening in the air. 2 days later, after spending all day in the duck blind, with several men. He said to me, I missed you today. I wish you could have gone with me. I thought all day about what a sweet girl you are. I nearly laughed out loud. He called me a sweet girl. I'm a grandmother. But oh, it is so fun to feel love. I am now aware of so many ways that I was communicating disrespect without meaning to. Respect does some things to the soul of a man. God made him that way. You said, I can't answer the question. I'm single. Okay. But you can hear me. That's good. Okay. This is for to help all of us. This is not just for married people. This is for single people, those that desire to be in a relationship, those that are in a relationship. This is for all of us to sharpen each other. I need this as well. You know what I mean? We all need this if we desire to have any type of relationship with anyone. You can use this type of information on anyone. You know what I'm saying? It's about learning to communicate with anyone. What about Aretha and RESPCT, respect? I sometimes get the question, you say women need love and men need respect. Isn't the opposite just as true? Don't ladies need respect and men need love? My answer is, of course. Women need respect and guys need love. But I'm talking about the primary drive in each sex. Sometimes this gets mixed up. Back in the late 1960s, when the feminist movement was hitting its stride, Aretha Franklin released a hit record entitled RESPCT, which clearly sent the message that all women were asking for was a little respect when they got home. Respect is what women need, and they had to have it. RESPCT became something of a theme song for many women. But what most of them did not realize is that the song was really written by a man. Otis Redding. 2 years before Aretha ever sang it, Otis released the song as a single on August 15, 1965, as his message to his wife. Does the irony of this strike you as it does me? Aretha had the right to sing RESPCT from a female point of view, of course. A woman does need respect, and if a man loves her properly, she will get that respect. But the primary meaning is Otis Redding's song is a cry from a man's deepest soul that says respect is what he needs and he's got to have it. Isn't that ironic? And we do be singing that RESPCT, find out what it means to me. And we be telling our men, like the song will come on, y'all will have a little argument or whatever. He's sitting there doing his thing, and you somewhere listen to the song, and you turn it up extra loud, and you start singing it because you're trying to make him know what you need. We do that. But the ironic thing is that song was truly made by a man. Aretha Franklin, his song, notwithstanding, I still believe that women want love far more than respect, and men want respect far more than love. I'll illustrate that from two rather I will illustrate that from two rather interesting ideas. The greeting card industry and the military. They are very different parts of our society, but both serve for examples of men and women's deepest values. Getting cards are, listen, I'm going to end right here because I just got an important call. And we're going to pick this thing up tomorrow because we're not going to be on here all day like we were yesterday, trying to get it all together. It was so interesting yesterday. I learned a lot in this message today. And it still remains that we must respect one another and love one another. We want to be great in our relationship. It takes us an example of who we are to be who we are, and to be in a relationship to build, to be strong with one another. And if we can't do that, what's the sense of us being in a relationship? So let's do better, continue to sharpen each other, and continue to love on a grander scale. Life is too short to let true love slip by your fingers. And if you do, you're going to miss something great that could have been that it's not anymore. Okay? So I'm going to end here, and I want to thank you guys for tuning in to me once again. Y'all truly be blessed in my heart, my soul, and my spirit every single time. And we're definitely going to pick up tomorrow and continue to do what we do. You guys, listen, go out there, engage with others, go to people's lives, chats, be good out there, but just try not to get blocked, okay? Just try not to get blocked. And I thank you guys for tuning in. You guys enjoy your day.